I think more people should have pengy gloves, don't you? Say hello, Orla.
Hi.
Morning, everybody. Monday mornings. Exciting week ahead. We're filming on the course this week. Got loads of reviews this week. Got loads of editing. Got lessons. And the sun is out today. What a treat. So Friday's question, is golf too expensive? I need a bit more coffee in there. I always think it's as expensive as you make it. Like anything is. I think when people get seduced into the marketing that's massively heavy in golf, then yeah, you can start spending loads and loads and loads. I mean, it amazes me how much people spend on, say, a driver. And I think a lot of the time the people who are saying yes, it's too expensive, it's more to do with where maybe their life is at the moment of posting that comment. So maybe some little bits of inner anger, maybe wanting to have more but they're busy in family life, those kind of things. So often I think it's frustration more than the fact that it is too expensive. And then the other thing you remember is there's lots of people from all around the world, so there are some certain places in the world where it is really expensive because it's not maybe as accessible. But I'm saying in the UK, I think you can play golf on a par with many other leisure activities nowadays. But you certainly can spend a lot more if you go a bit crazy. So today's question, let's talk about spin rates. What effect would 500 revs either side going up or down of a position have on a driver? 500 revs, what effect would it have? Post your comments down below, down there, comment section. Hit the thumbs up button as well if you're loving the daily vlogs and all the other videos. And don't be afraid to subscribe. Make sure you have that little bell icon illuminated as well, because then you'll get notifications every time I post. Not everyone's got pengy gloves, have they, Ola? Find my truth is. We start filming this week. Competition will be announced very soon. Watch this space, it's gonna be a fun one. Let's take a look at today's swing. They've been working, she's been telling me she's been working on what they call early extension, which is that movement of body going forwards. You can see the path of the club severely wants to go left by the looks of it on this camera. She's also been struggling from heel strike, she's been saying. Until she gets the relationship between her hand path and club path sorted out, she'll always do that action to try and be as functional as possible. So we're going to try and just change her ideas of how she maybe pushes on the ground, also the relationship between hand path and the club path, try and straighten her path up and certainly improve her strikes. Right, off on the bike, parcels on the back. I've realised that I can wear my helmet with my cap and I still look really cool. Yeah. Right, parcel's done, off to the camera shop. Always fun at the camera shop. That is a huge crane. So the first drill I want you to practice, it's a bit of a coordination kind of mind blower, but it really helps students in a few ways. Look, I want you to try and get your backswing turning a bit more. You get quite rigid, it looks like, in your lower half. So I want you to start firing up your left foot. So I want you to make backswings where you feel like you peel the left foot up and then slam it back down. So left heel comes up and then slam it back down on the downswing. Now when your left foot comes up, I don't particularly want you going up with it. So you still feel like you're turning the way you are. You'll just have a bit more freedom of movement in your hips. Let them go as that left foot comes up. That's going to allow you to just set your hands maybe a fraction further behind you. Now this is the really tricky bit, but it's a lot of fun. If you do it at home, it can really change things up. So you've made a backswing where your left foot has come up and you've turned your hips more. Now downswing, I want you to feel like you lay the club right down, almost parallel to ground, but you do this by slamming your left foot down. So the slamming of the left foot down and you consciously laying that shaft down together really gives people a feeling of syncing a downswing movement of hips firing because you've moved them more on the way back, which also can help lay the shaft down. And just that feeling of pulling that foot down makes as much sense for people to go this way. When they do that, I tend to get people feeling shaft down as the left foot comes down. A lot in their practice swings. You can even hit shots like this. I'm not saying I want you to hit shots in the rest of your life with your left foot coming up, but certainly practicing this is a great way of getting your hips moving a bit more, firing a bit better on the way down, which definitely can help lay that shaft down. And it's the syncing of those two movements, that kind of foot down, shaft down. It really can change people's sequencing and coordination into the ball. Always with these kind of ideas, you want to try and feel like as soon as you lay that shaft down, foot down, that club flings out to the ball at the bottom. So you want to go this way opposed to your way which is more this way. Forget the early extension stuff. You're doing that because you want to raise the handle at impact so much it's functional. It's making you functional as a golfer. Laying the shaft down, slamming the foot down, getting your hips more engaged will get rid of what we call early extension. Let's answer your questions.
Hey Mark, got a question for you, just regarding practice swings really. When you watch the top players on tour, they tend not to practice their full 100% golf swing. Right in their shots, they might practice perhaps their takeaway or their contact position. But yeah, they tend not to do a full practice swing. They might look behind their ball and think about their routine, but then you get the club golfers with a full 2 or 3 practice swings for hitting the ball. I just wonder what your thoughts were, benefits and the negatives of full practice swings versus not really, prior in your golf shot. Cheers, brah. See you later.
See you later, brah. I see lots of club golfers taking full practice swings, 2 or 3, like you say, and I don't see the point in it, and I don't see them getting any better for it. A practice swing is really like what I would call like a feather, you know, when you play pool or snooker, those little feathers. You're just feeling the club, you're imagining the shot, you're composing yourself. To actually think that you're practicing an actual swing, apart from maybe working on a drill or feeling, which you will see pros do, you know, they'll kind of do their demo and then they'll hit their shot. But yes, it's definitely one of those things I see amateurs doing that I think doesn't help them in any way, but it's one of those things where, like, if you listen to any mum or dad at a range with their kids, take a practice swing, Johnny, take a practice swing, whoever Johnny is. Where when I go and play with Fanula, I'm like, one practice swing, Fanu, and hit it, and then sometimes I'm like, just hit it, Fanu, you know, you're ready to go, just whack it. Practice swing just wastes time a lot of the time. If practice swing works for you, then use it and do it, but yes, general pattern is I do see amateurs doing lengthy, thought out practice swings. It's a little boring to watch sometimes. Bacon, eggs, warm baguettes. It's lunchtime. Yummy lunch. These have come into the office, and I can't guarantee they'll ever leave the office. Well, in my tummy they might. Right, next drill you can do indoors, you could do up against a range barrier as well and just chip some shots out in front of you. Got my sand wedge. Now I've got a ball set in front of me where my bottom is touching this fence, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my club also touching the fence. I'm then going to turn my pressures onto my front foot, feel like my right hip is coming forward of my left, so opening up my body, and then I'm going to get the feeling of just throwing that club out to the ball, so the handle not coming up, just this end coming in and up as that end goes out. I've literally just chipped that ball 10 yards. I feel like I could hit it 50 or 60 yards with that if I wanted to, so I could do it at speed as well. So again, club just on the fence. I've got my lead wrist. My left wrist feels flat with my arm at this point as well. I'm going to turn that pressure onto that front foot, open up my hips to the line of the fence, and then I'm just going to throw that club out to the ball. See how good you get at making contact that way. It's going to feel different to the way you want to make contact, because you want to push off that fence and raise that handle so much. So this is a great way to get the feeling of this. So like I say, if you did it at a range, so pretend this is the range bay, you could literally do 2 or 3 of those chip shots, step out away from it onto the mat, and then hit full shots, trying to recreate that feeling of that club coming from that different angle, spinning out in front of you while your lower body is moving, rotating and staying back on that fence. This totally gives people the feeling they need to improve that strike. There we go, Monday done. Thanks for watching. Join in the conversation down in those comments section below. Hit that thumbs up sign while you're down there. Finishing the day with Milo's Football Monday night, and it's now light. The light evenings are coming. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're liking the videos. We'll see you tomorrow with more swings as well. Thumbs up, subscribe, comment, and then just watch it. Like at some point you can just watch the video. Why should people worry about 500 revs of spin on their driver order?
I don't know.